Sometimes I wonder, why am I even here, you know? Some of y'all feel the same way. It's like, why am I in a world where I'm giving, but I don't get nothing back? And sometimes when I let my humanity take over and I cut off my extrasensory abilities of seeing through certain layers of this illusion, quote unquote, not trying to make it seem like it's more than what it is, but when I start to try and see people as more relatable, I end up regretting it every time. Every time I don't follow spirit or the part of the spirit that flows through my subjective thinking, it's all like watered down. But I'm just saying, every time when I try to believe in some illusion, it always disappoints me. That's the thing. If this was a neutral illusion, things will either work in your favor or it don't. But it seems like to me it's just a highly it's a highly manufactured, premeditated, like on some hive mind shit, like on some higher level entity choosing to fuck with you type of shit, but the people don't know it. But it's like it gives you hope so you can say, oh, it's not so bad. And then when you think it is bad, and I'm just thinking about life in general. I mean, you think, oh, it's not so bad, it's neutral. All you gotta do is just step your game up, bro. Apply yourself, all that bullshit, you know? Some of you are pretty sentient. Y'all understand and understand this. It's just crazy how there's so many of these people and they all have the same mentality. Even though they look different, they don't have much of a differing opinion to where it's some level of introspection. It's like very minor and superficial. And the video I shared with you, I mean, basically, I shared it because, like, they tell you basically, oh, you can't look at them as bad because they're immature. But if someone's immature, that don't mean they can't stab you and kill you. Oh, well, just don't get stabbed. Just better yourself. I mean, there's so much bullshit, bro. I'm not trying to complain or nothing, but it really seems like a farce for you to believe in some shit. And you think, oh man, if I just do better and just avoid everything, but I mean, you're a fucking human, man. You have needs, you have desires, you have all this stuff. I never claim to be perfected, but I am like sagely or whatever, but I'm not perfected, like the so-called ancients who meditate and attain a high level of enlightenment. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot harder than it seems to get to that point. Especially perfected, but I feel like that's just overdoing it. Because in order to truly be perfected, you have to have no catalyst to stimulate you outside of your center, to pull you out of equanimity or your equilibrium or peace of mind. You have to be to yourself, live out in the wilderness, and not everybody can do that. Not because they're just lesser or better. Certain circumstances are different for everyone. So not everybody can be perfected, but at least we can be somewhat wise, sagely, and learn from our experiences rather than just following our emotions and programming within this illusion. And it is an illusion, even though people don't like to believe it. But some people can like be portals to the primordial. They might be what you call a quote-unquote NPC, but they might be more sentient than the people that are putting themselves out there as so-called real people. So, I mean, this world is layered with so many deceptions. You think if you just follow a blueprint, you got it, but you really don't. There's so many layers, so many intricacies, it's so much complex. If somebody really cares for you, they'll make time for you, even when they ain't got time. They're not gonna make excuses and blow you off until it's convenient for them to need you for something. And this really wakes people up, especially people like myself. Like, it shows, for me, like, certain things in my life are just a reaffirming of how things are here. They sell you a lie so you can be invested. Then when you see through the lie and you back off, then the lie has no choice but to reveal itself. Once you see it, that's it. There's no need in going back and doing it. Unless it was a misunderstanding, but most cases, there is no misunderstanding. What you see is what you get. Can't fall for the bullshit in this reality. People are just out to get what they can and consume and spend as least as they can, eat as much as they want. It's not like a buffet where you pay a good amount of money to get a good amount of food at somewhat of a decent quality. It's like a buffet where they pay $3, but they eat $20 worth of food and think, oh, I paid $3. No, you ain't pay shit, motherfucker. You should pay extra, bitch. I mean, of course, this whole system is based on lie, because if there was no government, people would just be robbing and killing each other. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But somehow a certain layer of spirit kicked in and made it so people will be the way they are now in this so-called sophisticated system. But you notice anything that's layered with spirit, anything with wisdom and stillness, it doesn't last long here, because this world is chaos. This is why femininity is the will of this world, just like sex is the will of feminine energy. It's all this feminine, man, the masculine is and stillness. You know, I'm not gonna get too deep on that, but it just shows you like this whole realm is demonic. Like, you wonder why a lot of females become 304s, because it's easy. Even if they're not doing it on OnlyFans or they doing it being streetwalkers, still living a frivolous life, doing certain things that in the back of their mind know isn't right, but they do it because they want to indulge themselves, because they're more into this 3D reality than we are. And the video talking about it's just women. No, it's not just women. Everybody is fickle that don't have a spirit or lack spirit. They're fickle, and all it takes is, they're like a dog. You dangle a steak in front of them, they do anything to get it. They don't care because they following their emotions, their instincts. They're impulsive. But the people that are real, they see it right away. But the people that don't, they got to get a hammer upside their head enough times before they learn that it's bullshit. or learn that that's not the right thing to do. Some people need to get beat or locked up or killed for the other people to get it. If they don't get it, the other people got to get it through example. That's just the way this savage reality is. There's no God. I look at someone of a different gender, I don't really have that much interest unless something about them catches my eye, but sometimes that could be the matrix fucking with me through things that I like or certain characteristics of a person that I might love, but it's all just it's a facade, it's deception. Why the fuck would you apologize when you're 40, 50 years old, you done ate a bunch of dead flesh, you age prematurely, you see me, I'm doing a lot better, and now you want to apologize and make things right. When you were young and had a chance to keep your youth, you didn't care. Now you old. Now, hey, I'm sorry. I regret what I did, and I realize you were the best person for me. Bruh, I'm fucking almost 60. You almost 50. You talking about you wish you could have done something with me. Man, it's too late. You done been ran through you. Man, basically, and the monks, certain monks see this like every step we make makes the next step. So what you do in the past makes you who you are now. So when you got it in you to do certain things at a certain part of your life, that pretty much molded who you are as a person. Your experiences make you. So you just start being frivolous and reckless. You're gonna be molded by that type of shit. You're not gonna fortify your spirit, man. That's why you see a lot of these people haggard, bro. It's not condescending to say this stuff. It's just, yo, this person isn't truly living. They're alive. They're indulging themselves. Motherfucker tell me I ain't living because I don't have a big house or a fancy car. I'm like, bro, I don't care for that shit. That don't make me. That's not living. That's just buying shit, bro. Like living is realizing your nature and living with fulfillment. That's living. Even though the world is dookie, you still live with fulfillment. You're not thinking that you are, you know you are. A lot of people, they think they're living with fulfillment because they follow certain rules of their culture and shit. But they're not really living, they're automatons. And this is the funny thing, bro. Like, the golden rule is very important. But I notice your karma really is affected when you do good people wrong compared to bad people who had it coming to them. Yeah, the energy's gonna come back to you. Just when you wrong people who wrong others, it's not as bad as it is if you wrong somebody good. Just when it comes to somebody good, it takes longer. Just like when you do good, it takes longer, but it is longevity. When you do good people bad things happen. But some people just don't have accountability. They don't want to say, hey, I did this. It was pretty fucked up that I did that, and I know I shouldn't have done it. And they try to make things right. No, they don't just apologize just to blow it off later because they just want to get it off their chest so they can go do the same shit later. You know, a lot of people do that shit, man. Yes, I'm a quote unquote potty mouth, but what I'm saying is real shit. A lot of people apologize just so they can blow off some steam. Some people, their guilt eats them alive, but they don't truly become better people. It's just a facade. It's just for their selfishness. You know, this is my selfish side talking right now. I wish there were less selfish people. For me personally, I get very I'm not dependent on people like that or nothing, but I mean, we're all interdependent. My point is, it gets lonely out here, man. It do. Like, I'm one of the only people that's out here that's really selfless like me. Everybody around me selfish, only think of themselves. And they say, oh, well, when you get older, people ain't gonna do nothing for you like they used to. It ain't even about that. Just people completely change. And a lot of people, you can just feel like they're not truly there. Not in knowledge and information. That's all bullshit. But as far as character, trustworthiness, integrity, I mean, just being completely solid, being selfless, knowing when to restrain oneself, not giving into their emotions and their ego. That's so easy to do. But it gets lonely out here because there's so many people that are just in the world and are of it. And you got so few people that are in the world, see it for what it is, but are not of it. But my experience led to me to understand that if you truly want to get by and live very good or decent in this reality, you gotta not be of this world. If you're of this world, you realize this shit. I mean, but no, I'm getting sleepy for real. But you're an outsider. There's nothing you can do to try and make things good in your favor if you're dealing with people that are opposite of you and you're in their shit trying to get their money. You're not gonna win unless you finesse. Finessing is the way, but depending on your lifestyle, depending on your personality, depends on how you want to finesse it. Some people think they're finessing because they save a couple of dollars on a coupon. That ain't the type of finesse I'm talking about. Some people think finessing is by tricking somebody into spending more money than what they should be spending. That's not finessing, that's straight treachery. There's a certain equilibrium of finesse. People don't see that shit, bro, because it gets deep, but you gotta have the intuition to see it. When you got motherfuckers trying to shit you, you can finesse them by being benevolent and not letting them pull you into a trench. And you get the fuck out of there. You get what you can get. Not stealing or nothing, but just someone's dealing with you and they say, oh, well, I'm just putting out a hypothetical. Basically, they say, oh, you can get this if you do this, but then you don't do it, you just dip. And how you leave isn't bold and reckless to where they know you just running away, but you just do it over time, you finesse. It's just an example, but when you don't have much cultivated spirit, you do reckless, emotional shit. Because that's the animal. That's the easiest aspect of us. If you have no discipline, that's the part of ourselves we're going to follow. And many of us that follow that part of ourselves, we end up paying for it. Some people ain't even here right now in the world. Some people say life is a gift. It's a fucking illusion. It's an illusion so it can get you to desire things so it can feed off of you, but it hates you. It hates your guts, hates your spirit, hates your personality. It just likes your light. It loves your light and it feeds off of you, but it doesn't care for you. It doesn't care if you die. It doesn't care if your loved ones die. It just cares about if it can feed off of you. It pretend to be your friend. It pretend to be your loved ones. Whatever it might be. It's just feeding off of you. So the most spiritual, the most compassionate thing, the most enlightened thing to do is to not have children. Sex feels good, but it don't feel that damn good to where you start sharing yourself with multiple people, prematurely aging, getting diseases, bacteria, your fluid sharing with their fluid. It's disgusting. Why would I want to do that shit, bro? Then I bring another person here? I must be a fool. That's the meaning of truly living reckless. Your soul ain't even yours no more. You belong to the matrix. Male or female, female or male. Real shit. Penis or vagina, vagina or penis. You connecting to something. Me personally, man, I ain't trying to make it about me, but if I'm gonna be with somebody, I don't want to be with somebody that'll compete with me, bringing the world's affairs in the home, man. I want to feel at home with the person. They can lean on me, I lean on them. We build each other up. Not no, you just competing with me, you're using me. One bad thing happen, you just flake on me like that. You garbage. If you were real, you wouldn't be that. Straight up. That might be wishful thinking to some people, but that's just spirit. I'm talking about spiritually. That's how it's supposed to be. All these toxic people, they got their soulmate, but if you a spirited person, you don't have a soulmate, because most people have the propensity of being carnal, selfish, and deceitful. So it's like, shit, you ain't got no fucking soulmate. These people just like to feed off of you until it gets bad, and they go to the next motherfucker. When they need you, that's when they deal with you, because they know you're dependable and reliable. But they don't give a fuck about you. They can help you, but they won't help you. They want something for that. But you're supposed to give yourself up for free. Like I said, man, this world is filled with users, even if they seem decent. It's all a facade. It's all nonsense. But, yeah. I don't know, man. Shit. I don't know why I do this talking thing. I wake up every day and I don't see nothing. I see less people. Less people talk to me. Lesser and lesser. People I used to talk to 10 years ago don't even talk to me now. Not just the internet, but in life too. People mainly call only when it's convenient or they can get something. It's never because they care. Sometimes I wonder. I don't know, man. I wish, if this is an illusion, I wish I could go to a so-called illusion that I could be around those who I can truly feel at home with. They're all fragments of the primordial like I am. They're not in figments of an imaginative, corrupted force of the primordial, but the real primordial. It's just, maybe that's wishful thinking. But even if they're smaller fragments, they might not have a structured frame of mind as someone that is cultivated like us, or me, or whoever. But it's nice to have somebody real around you. Somebody pretend to be your friend, but they fickle just like the earthly people. They're just better to deal with. If you bring up some true information, like how to grow your spirit, to detox yourself, they ain't trying to hear it because they already sold on what they believe and know. They're not trying to expand. So I tell you what they are right there, just a means to an end, unfortunately. Sucks. When you're a genuine spirit, it does hurt to treat people accordingly. But if not, they just be taking advantage of you. Sometimes blessings come in forms of unexpected encounters. Sometimes they could be lessons that you can learn from. If you have cousins or relatives or whatever in jail or dying, and you deal with certain people, that can increase their risk because you choose to deal with risky people unexpectedly. I don't know, man. It's just best to keep to yourself. You never know what kind of spirits are around you. Sometimes I feel like this Matrix is pulling one big hex over me. I know no one really cares because we all got our own lives. But it'd be nice to just talk to people like they're actual people, not walk on eggshells. But when you deal with someone with a weak mind, they tell you what kind of spirit they have. Because usually, they let you know what it is. Sorry, I'm just getting sleepy, man. Really tired. I'm thinking deeply, but at the same time, got a lot of stuff on my mind. I mean, it's 1 o'clock, so I'm not in a complete best state of mind of recording, but it's the best time for me to actually do it. Yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm getting tired, man. I'm gonna call it short. I appreciate those who did listen. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, always stay centered. Never get out of your center. Always stay in it. It's the only thing that's gonna help in this wicked illusion. Yeah, but y'all have a good one. Peace.